Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Tuesday, the 18th of November, 2025. We're about 6:15 p.m. Central Time. Another big day down in the markets, another washout day. You try to rally early on tonight, and you've already given up. Look at the highs and where you're at. You're back down in the stock market. The gold market held beautifully at the 4,000 level today. The silver market held very well under the 50 level. So I was impressed with how those two markets actually acted. The dollar hasn't gone anywhere, and foreign currencies are just sort of drifting. Everything's sort of waiting. Now, the bonds and notes, they had some bids today, and part of that had to do with the fact that we did get news on some jobless claims, and they went up. So when the market hears they're going up, means the labor market's weak. For some in the camp that want to see the Fed do something, that says, well, labor's still weak. Why aren't we cutting again? For others, they'll say we don't have enough data to go that route. It's a very split Fed right now. Don't try to make a decision on the 18th of November for December 10th. I think you'd be ahead of yourself. I'm not in the bull camp that so many are on the energy market. I can see rallies here and there. I know that tariffs are coming, that they're getting ready to try to figure a way to put them on Russia. I know that oil, when that happens, basically is off the market for certain countries. If they buy it, they're facing 500% U.S. tariffs. We're going to take it up to 500%. So there's people that won't do that. I don't know what was said in the Oval Office about energy. Did the president get from the prince ideas that OPEC members can make up that shortfall? Where are they? What are they going to do? We're not going to know that. They're not going to share that with us right away. But we did see the meeting go on, and I thought that was interesting. You're going to get the Mortgage Bankers Association numbers in the morning at 6 a.m. We'll see if anything's picking up there. The August trade balance data. Remember, August. This is already November. We're headed to December. But you're going to get that number. They're looking for about a 61 billion negative number, which would be a lot better off than the 78 billion from the month before. Again, Fed Governor Moran. He is on TV almost every day trying to get this Fed job. That's clear. He'll be speaking at 9 o'clock. Federal Reserve Bank President Barkin will be speaking at 11:45. President Trump talked about in the Oval Office today that we might be surprised at some other names in interviews that are going on. And then he also said he thinks he's made up his mind on who he's taking. You never know with what this man's going to do or not going to do. He'll keep you guessing until he's ready to stop. It's not going to be any other way. We're going to get the Epstein files. That'll take up the news for a little bit. You're going to get NVIDIA coming out with their earnings. As NVIDIA goes, I think so goes the AI people, companies that are attached to them. So tomorrow's a super important day. Have we broken enough that even a neutral number by NVIDIA is enough for the market? Or does no matter how good NVIDIA said things are going, the market doesn't buy into it and it goes the other way? I'll let other people be smart enough to guess that. I don't have to. And when you don't have to do something, you're in a good position. In the gold market, you've come back up, but has gold made its peak for the year or not? It's going to be debated here. That's what you're doing. You're fighting quite a bit. Yes, as I told you, up here getting back through 4,400, it's not going to be easy. You had a drop, you had your bounce, and the market's been weak recently. The pattern is still one of higher lows and higher highs, bullish. Where's the resistance? Right where the market's at. The 18-day average. You will hear me say over and over, markets look at key moving averages, and from them, they get a neutral spot because you want to get a filter as to should I have a bullish or a bearish bias. At least that's how I look at it. Different people use different moving averages. You may use a 20-day instead of an 18. If it's better for you, it's better for you. You may use a 40. I saw today one woman talking how she likes to use on TV longer, different charts, not the 50-week, others. She wants to divide it into certain quarters and so on. Okay, but I'd rather be with the herd because I understand the herd mentality better. And I want to stay with the typical moving averages. I don't want to be a wise guy. I like the 18. I certainly like the 100. I like the 200 and, of course, the 50. be it for the day or the weekly charts. I do use them. I recommend you do too. But you've got the pattern that's there. It's bullish. You're over the 18-week average. It's bullish. You're nowhere near a Bollinger Band. Okay. And momentum is pointing down. That's not the friendly part of the market. But the market's trying to make a stand. And it tried to do it today, and I think you see that at the 18-day average of closes. The gold-silver ratio, as long as it stays underneath the 18-day average of closes, the theory is that silver is still basically stronger than gold. That's the way to look at it. And silver came down today, hit its 18-day average for the first time and said, "Hi, Ira, how you doing?" And from there, you kept the pattern of higher lows, higher highs. After tomorrow, anything can happen again, but you're holding key areas in those two metals. Copper's battle isn't the 18 right now. It is, as I've said to you, it's right here. You're looking at the green line. That is the 100-day average. The 50's over here, bigger support, lying in with the lower Bollinger Band and the 200-day average. You've got a lot of ground to clear, and you're not in a trend. You have a higher high, lower low. In the platinum, you're in a downtrend. You've got lower highs and lower lows. But now for 3 days, you've hit that lower Bollinger Band. You've gotten yourself oversold. If you can't add to it right now, the easiest route is to go back to the 18-day average and fight another battle there. And in the U.S. dollar, you have been fighting, as I've shown you all the way through now, ever since you first got here 2 weeks ago and started hitting this 200-day average when it hit the Bollinger Band. I said, watch out. That's the zone that I thought the pros would take money off the table, and it's exactly what they did. So tomorrow with NVIDIA, with maybe the Epstein files coming out, going to see how traders react to things, very important day, especially the NVIDIA number. It sets the tone for so much tomorrow. So pay attention to that. I'll be covering it in my newsletters. Remember, you can move up here, move your mouse there. You'll see an icon. Give that a click. You can click right up here. It'll take you to the website. Sign up. You want to get this research that's going to be happening now. I think you do. And we'll see where that takes you. In the meantime, I'm Ira Epstein. I will catch up with you in the other videos tonight, first thing in the morning. You take care.